From director Yorgos Lanthimos, who gave you The Lobster and Killing of a Sacred Deer and Poor Things, comes Begonia, which is a very strange name. It's not really a strange name, but when I hear the thing, I think of when Sammy Davis Jr. used to do an Amos and Andy impersonation, which I'm not going to do right here. And does the name Ruby Begonia mean anything to you? Is something he would often say. So I'm always amused when I hear the word Begonia, because Sammy Davis Jr. was a really great entertainer. And let this please be the only review of Begonia that mentions the Candyman himself, Sammy Davis Jr. So this stars Emma Stone as a sort of uptight, very go, very focused executive of a large corporation who is, I believe, a pharmaceutical corporation, and Jesse Plemons, who is almost unrecognizable in this film. He is the character that he is in this film. I've always liked him anyway, but I realized while I'm watching this, I'm like, wow, he's like gaunt in this film, and he's clearly, Jesse Plemons, and he does the Jesse Plemons thing, but he so fully inhabits the character in this. It's just fabulous. And Aidan Delbis, that's really predominantly the cast. You get a little Alicia Silverstone in a very small, very good, but very small role, but it's really these three people. This is a remake of, I believe, South Korean film from a while back called Save the Green Planet. So if you know that film, this film, from what I've read, follows that original pretty closely as far as where the plot goes and the characters, but different enough from what I've read. I never saw Save the Green Planet. South Korean film is very good, especially since the 90s. It's been very strong. At least that's the South Korean cinema that I've known about. But it's just one that I never got around to watching. So it might be interesting if you see this, then go seek out the original and play the compare-contrast game. So basic story goes a little something like this. Not going to tell you the whole story. You have Jesse Plemons as a guy who works in the shipping department of a large pharmaceutical company, and Aidan Delbis, who plays his autistic cousin, and they live alone in a house. And Plemons is obsessed with the fact that aliens are living among us, and he has targeted Emma Stone as being the emissary of the aliens on Earth, who is responsible for his life and his family's life going into the crapper. And he has convinced his younger cousin, who is on the spectrum, to follow him because they love each other. They're the only thing each other has in terms of family or friends. And they have this mission. Plemons has done his own research online, and he has determined that Emma Stone is an alien, and they have to kidnap her, potentially torture her, in order to get her to broker a deal with the mothership and take and save humanity. They're going to save humanity no matter what they have to do it. Emma Stone is of the opinion that they're crazy. So that's all I'm going to tell you about the film. It is incredibly sad. It is incredibly grim. There are a couple of light moments here and there, but it is really a character piece that is three people. These three people are really, really good. You feel for them all in turn at times. You don't feel for most of them in turn at times. And it is really this incredibly tense, where the screws just keep getting tightened as the film goes, because the film seems to be progressing towards something really, really bad for somebody. We don't know necessarily who, and you have to really wait to the end to see who. But incredibly well-made film. I think I've not seen all that Lanthimos has done. I haven't loved what I have seen of I didn't like Killing of a Sacred Deer. Thought Poor Things was great. So this is not filled with the visual flair of Poor Things. It's very simple. It really takes place mostly in and around this small sort of rural house, but it is really well shot, really well cut, well scored. Performances are outstanding. Performances are very brave and bold, to quote an old DC comic title. And I thought this was very good. It is best to go in knowing as little as possible. Knowing what you see in the trailer is probably plenty. If you know less than what's in the trailer, if you know less than what I just told you, it would be even better. But I don't want to really say too much about it, other than, again, to reiterate, everybody in this is really good. It is it gets very dark. It gets very disturbing. There are times where you're like, I might need to look away soon. And it's just an overall umbrella of sadness that permeates this film and from so many directions and in so many levels, between what is said and what is not said, what is shown and what is not shown. It is really, really good. As with everything, I recommend seeing this in the theater. This is, as I'm recording this has been out a couple weeks. I don't think it's doing tremendously well commercially, just because I feel like I think we went to see it on a Friday night. The second week it was open, and there were maybe a dozen people in there. I don't know if that speaks to the draw and the awareness of this film so much as it does the movie going landscape these days. I'm not sure, but highly recommend seeing it in the theater where you can just lose yourself and focus on it. It won't lose too much at home if that's how you ultimately see it. And if you're watching this anytime after probably November of 2025, or let's say April of 2026, you probably won't have much of a chance to see this in the theater. Award-worthy performances. I don't really think about Oscars or Golden Globes or any of that, but I will be shocked if at least Plemons and Stone and the director Lanthimos are not up for awards for this. This is really well done, really good. I'm not much one for remakes. I guess not having seen the original probably helps, but this is a quality piece, and I highly recommend it if you're up for something a little bit or a lot of bit disturbing. In theaters now, streaming forevermore, Begonia.